Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fitratul Komariah. My ID number is T2019-1665. And in here, I will explain what I understand from chapter 5, Functional Theories from German. The 1970s and 1980s saw away from the static linguistic typologies and translation shift, and the emergence, the flourishing in Germany of functionalist and communicative approach to the analysis of the translation. In this context, the following four theories and their works are noteworthy. The first is Katharine Reis's early work on the text type, and the second is Justa Hoth's Maritarat's theory of translation action, and the third is Hans G. Farmer's Scopus theory, and the last is Christiane North is text analysis model. And then the first theory from Katharina Reis brought the concept of equality in the 1970s. According to her, text is not just a word or sentence. Rather, the text serves to improve communication, where equality must be sought. Her advocated a functional approach to systemized translation assessment. The main characteristic of the types of text that have been summarized by Reis are as follows. Number one is types of informative text is simple communication of fact, information, knowledge, opinion, and extra. For example, of work, references, and reports. The number two is expressive text type is creative composition, where the author uses the aesthetic dimension of the language and focuses on the form of creative composition, example, poetry, drama. And the number three is operative text. The purpose of this text is to attract, to persuade readers of the sample at text. The last, number four, is audio medial, such as film and visual and oral advertising, which complement the other three functions with visual image, music, and extra. The number two theory from the Justa Hoth's Maritarat's take the concept from communication theory and action theory. The aim is to provide a model and produce guidelines that can be applied to variety of professional translation situation. Interlanguage translation as communicative process that involve a series of role and players, namely proponent, is company or individual requiring translation. And then a commissioner is the person or entity who contacts the translation. And then ST producer, the individual is the individual within the company who wrote the ST, who was not necessarily involved in the production of the TT. And then TT producer is translator and user agent. And then TT is a people who uses the TT. For the example, a teacher uses it to translate a textbook. And then TT recipient is final TT recipient. For the example, student who use the act of translation is very focused on the producing TT that function communicatively for the recipient. The third theory from Hans G. Farmer take the concept of Scopus theory, which emphasizes the adaptation of the TT to meet the goals and meet the needs of the TT audience. The basic rules of Scopus theory formulate several important things in the translation process. Number 1 is the target text is determined by its scopus, and the number 2 is the target text is an over of information that is conveyed in the target language, and the cultural context of the target language regarding an over of information. And the number 3 is the target text does not indicate a direct exchange of overs of information in the opposite direction. And the number 4 is the target text must be internally coherent in the target language. And the number 5 is the target text must be coherent with the source language. And the last theory from Christian North present a more detailed functional model that incorporates elements of analysis of text analysis and examine the organization of the text at the sentence level. North text analysis in translation is aimed primarily at providing translation students with a ST analysis model. It can be applied to all types of text and translation situation. 3 aspects of the functional approach are specifically used for this concept. Number 1 is the importance of the translation commission. The number 2 is the role of ST analysis, and the last is functional hierarchy of translation problems. And I think it's enough with the explanation of chapter 5. If there is a mistake about the word or my explanation, I'm very sorry about that. Thank you, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.